Once upon a time, in the heart of Baghdad, the crown jewel of the Islamic world, there reigned a ruler whose name would echo through the ages, Caliph Harun al-Rashid, 76 to 809 CE. His era was not just a time of wealth and power, but of justice, wisdom, and enlightenment. The empire stretched from the Atlantic Ocean to the borders of India, yet Harun ruled it with a balance of strength and mercy that made his name synonymous with greatness. Baghdad under Harun al-Rashid was not just a city, it was a symbol of human progress and divine blessing. The streets were lined with grand libraries, beautiful gardens, and markets filled with treasures from every corner of the world. Scholars, poets, scientists, and philosophers came from far and wide to study in the magnificent House of Wisdom, Bait al-Hikmah, which Harun himself established. It was here that Greek, Persian, and Indian knowledge was translated into Arabic, forming the foundation of modern science and philosophy. Harun al-Rashid was not an ordinary ruler who ruled from behind golden walls. Disguised in simple clothes, he often walked through the streets of Baghdad at night to see how his people lived. This tradition of humility and care became one of his greatest legacies. He wanted to know if justice truly prevailed, if the poor were fed, and if his people were happy. Such a ruler is rare in history, a man of immense power who never forgot his duty to serve humanity. His court was a place of brilliance. Musicians played melodies that filled the air with harmony. Poets like Abu Nuwas recited verses that touched hearts, and wise men debated philosophy and science under the soft glow of oil lamps. But Harun's true greatness lay not in his wealth or luxury, it lay in his faith and fairness. He ruled according to the teachings of Islam, where justice, mercy, and knowledge were the guiding lights. Under his rule, Baghdad became the richest and most learned city on earth, where even Europe looked for wisdom and inspiration. Harun's leadership showed that the Islamic rulers of that era were not tyrants, but guardians of justice and knowledge. They valued scholars over soldiers, truth over pride, and service over power. People of all faiths, Muslims, Christians, Jews, and others, lived together in peace under the protection of the caliphate. It was truly a golden time, when knowledge flourished, when art and architecture reached new heights, and when the light of Islam guided the world. Now, when we compare that glorious time with today's world, we see a heartbreaking difference. Today's rulers often seek personal gain rather than the well-being of their people. Many nations are divided by greed, corruption, and injustice. Leaders live in palaces while their citizens struggle in poverty. Justice, which was once the pride of Islamic governance, is often overshadowed by political interests. In Harun's time, even the ruler feared Allah and sought to rule by divine law. Today, many fear only the loss of power. In Harun al-Rashid's time, education was free and valued above gold. Scholars were treated like treasures, and learning was considered a sacred duty. But now, in many parts of the world, education is a privilege only for the rich. The wisdom that once made Baghdad the center of the world has been replaced by a hunger for money and fame. So which rule was better? The golden rule of Harun al-Rashid or the rulers of today? The answer is clear. The era of Harun al-Rashid was the true golden age, where the light of Islam guided rulers to serve, not to be served. Harun's reign reminds us that true leadership is not measured by how much power one holds, but by how much good one does for others. His name still shines as a symbol of justice, knowledge, and compassion. If today's leaders followed even a fraction of his wisdom and sincerity, our world would again see peace and prosperity. Harun al-Rashid's golden age teaches us that when rulers fear Allah, love their people, and value knowledge, then the world itself becomes a garden of light.